Hi, I'm Gerhard Schwartner. I'm the founder and publisher of Selling Power Magazine. Today, we have the great pleasure of speaking with Brian Trautschold. He is the co-founder of Ambition. Welcome, Brian.
Hey, Gerhard. How are you?
I'm doing terrific. And I'm also curious about your ambition to create a company that is going to influence millions of salespeople worldwide to do better.
That's one of the reasons that we started this company. We've been in sales orgs where we did not feel unlocked. We did not feel like we could reach our potential. And I think that creating the tools and the guidance for companies to do that is critical.
So you developed a sales performance management system that helps the sales manager create more effective salespeople.
That's right. It starts with managers. And we believe that managers are really underserved right now when it comes to the tooling they have and the technologies they have at their fingertips. I think managers are often overwhelmed with the questions of how do I get the most out of my people? Who are the people that need guidance or coaching? And what signals are coming out of my people's performance that are going to tell me, here's what I should do, or here's who I should focus time on. So we're trying to turn those managers into coaches and let them stop being analysts in spreadsheets.
How do you make those sales performance data visible and comprehensive to the manager?
Well, first, we work really closely with the customer. So that every customer is, I would say, a unique snowflake. They track different things. They care about different parts of the sales process. They have different metrics or KPIs that matter. And even within a customer, you've got different types of teams and different segments that they sell into. Once you have that, we start to really contextualize what's happening. And so we can say that, if Gerhard is on this amazing enterprise field selling team, we know if you're doing well versus your own KPIs and your own goals and expectations. And so we're building visibility, and we're then relaying that back to management, whether it's leadership, sales enablement, your direct team lead, on how you're doing and how you're progressing, so that when things are great, you're getting really real-time positive reinforcement. You're being maybe elevated to some type of someone to look up to as other members on your team. And if you're not doing so great, a manager can get in and realize that, hey, it's time to course correct with Brian. Let me coach him on X, Y, and Z.
The big question that a lot of sales managers have on their minds right now is, how do I tweak the culture so that we can do all those things in a virtual environment?
A lot of the rituals to management simply broke down once people stopped coming to the office, stopped hearing the buzz on the floor, didn't get to see their reps face to face by the coffee machine. And we're having to rebuild those things. And companies are having to be really intentional. And there really weren't good systems for that when you left the office. And so having a remote ready enterprise grade system for recognizing, coaching, driving performance, I think it's a critical part of the stack these days. And organizations are certainly pursuing that.
How do you engage salespeople with Ambition?
We show them in real time, all the time, how they're doing versus those expectations, whether that's with customizable scorecards, whether that's with real-time goal tracking. As a millennial, I like that. I don't want to show up at the end of the quarter, much less the end of the year, and say, well, did I do it? Like, it's going to be lots and lots of feedback cycles along the way, letting me know day by day, did I get there? It's like Google Maps. Like, if you made a right turn 3 hours ago, you'd like to know that 3 hours ago. And then we're amplifying those signals out into the organization, whether it's sending it to a manager to say, hey, Brian may need some help, or sending it to the rep and saying, you've had an amazing day. Those are things that continually reinforce that good behavior or allow for course correction when it's necessary.
Share with us how sales managers can improve a salesperson's performance when it comes to coaching with Ambition.
The first thing is to know the answers to the test. Like, people don't show up to the coaching conversation. One, it needs to be recurring. It needs to be scheduled. It needs to have a set agenda. And so, like I said, answers to the test. If Gerhard and I, if we're showing up to do a one-on-one, it shouldn't be like out of nowhere I ask, how many prospects did you talk to last week? Or did you create any new opportunities? I should know all of that so that we can have an informed conversation with the data. And I should know, the system should tell me, Are you doing those things up to the expectation? And you as the rep, you should have the same thing. If you know that, now you can take ownership of that. You can say, hey, I had a lot of conversations. I talked to a lot of people, but I'm not converting like some of my peers are. Now you're in the driver's seat too, saying, I want to get better. I want to be coached. If you say, hey, I want to get better at converting people to an opportunity, taking the next step, we probably have some training as a company on that. We probably have some assets somewhere about, what is it? What's our process? What are some code phrases? What are the things we use to engage and dangle that next meeting? I want you to watch that content or interact with that content and finish it. We really empower those managers to not have to run that math themselves. Like, they don't need to be creating a spreadsheet, doing the analysis. They can be in there connecting with a person and really going through that to improve what they're doing.
Brian, how can people learn more?
I would love for people to come to ambition.com. It's very simple, but happy to connect with anyone who wants to talk sales on LinkedIn. Brian Trouchel, please connect with me. But come to our website. We have tons of resources for both managers, absolutely, but also reps and leaders as well.
Well, thank you, Brian.
Thank you. This was great. It's awesome to talk sales with you, Gerhard.